Alright, hey everybody, it's the first episode of the Stonah Nerds podcast.
What it up?
And it's me here with Aaron. So, and he's hidden. Wait. And okay, so we're gonna watch our first video. It's some old fuck. Okay. It's from PragerU.
In 1966, Time magazine ran a cover story asking, "Is God dead?" The cover reflected the fact that many people had accepted the cultural narrative that God is obsolete, that as science progresses, there's less need for a God to explain the universe. It turns out, though, that the rumors of God's death were premature. In fact, perhaps the best arguments for his existence come from, of all places, science itself.
Bullshit. That's
The
retarded.
same year,
I will let him speak to prove himself, but that's stupid. That's stupid. That's gay.
Time featured its now famous headline, the astronomer Carl Sagan announced that there were two necessary criteria for a planet to support life: the right kind of star and a planet the right distance from that star.
Okay, reasonable.
Octillion planets in the universe, that's one followed by 24 zeros. There should have been about septillion planets, that's...
Now here's the thing, people have criticized.
God damn it, Dylan.
Wait, hold on. Wait, listen.
I want to hear the man out.
Okay, you can't. But let me just give a qualifier to all the evidence he's citing. They've been known and they've been called out for like having false sources, like bullshit sources. Stop, you son of a bitch.
one followed by 21 zeros, capable of supporting life. With such spectacular odds, scientists were optimistic that the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, known by its initials SETI, an ambitious project launched in the 1960s, was sure to turn up something soon. With a vast radio telescopic network, scientists listened for signals that resembled coded intelligence. But as the years passed, the silence from the universe was deafening. As of 2014, researchers have discovered precisely bupkis, nada, zilch, which is to say zero, followed
Look what I
by
did.
an infinite.
What'd you do? Did you break your cigarette? Aaron, you're supposed to be watching the video. Did you get anything he said?
Yes.
Okay.
I was listening.
So he said, I don't know if he's talking about intelligent life, but I know we found bacteria on other planets feeding off the vents. So technically that's aliens because they're not from here. There's life that started on another planet around us. So, and I mean like, the universe is like infinitely immense and like it's like never ending basically. And so like just because we haven't found shit, well we're like a gajillionth of the observatory power that it takes to like fucking look at the universe. So we could be a very lucky species, but I mean like that doesn't mean that we're not. You can be lucky.
Infinite number of zeros. What happened? As our knowledge of the universe increased, it became clear that
Wait.
there were in fact far...
Like what are the odds of being born during the Holocaust? That's 1 divided by however humans have ever been born. You know? That's the odds of being born in. So you know how unlikely that is? Well, it's happened to people because it happens to that one.
It's also happened to our own Earth, which, you know, in our universe is pretty big.
Wait, what? What do you mean, like?
Like having life and shit.
Yeah. Well,
It's not really known.
Well, I guess I haven't let him fully
from what
finish.
Yeah.
I haven't let him fully finish, but basically, I think he's trying to say that it's just so unlikely that that's not true. That there's more people. That's
more
just
factors necessary for
it's
life,
bullshit,
let alone
basically.
intelligent life, than Sagan supposed. His 2 parameters grew to 10, then 20, and then 50, which meant that the number of potentially life-supporting planets decreased accordingly.
again
The
that could be
number
bullshit.
dropped to a few thousand planets and kept on plummeting. Even SETI proponents acknowledged the problem. Peter Schenkel wrote in a 2006 piece for Skeptical Inquirer, a magazine that strongly affirms aliens.
Oh, 2006.
In light of new findings and insights.
As in like 10 years ago. As in like
11 years
the
ago.
science, 10 years of science back. By the way,
Yeah.
So how is that that's digging for sources. That's not relevant. 2006 isn't
It's
relevant.
like pop. Like, yeah.
Besides, we should quietly admit that the early estimates may no longer be tenable. Today, there are more than
Like textbooks for schools.
It's like looking in the 1940s with pot.
Yeah, like
Looking at,
that's
like,
like if you went back and you
Reefer
like,
Madness.
here's my study from 1948. Like,
Reefer Madness. Reefer
like,
Madness.
I'm citing 1948. Yeah, that's bullshit. I mean, that like of course that's a bigger example, but like textbooks in schools when they're 10 years old, first of all, they're fucking already damaged as shit. And you
For
know,
sure.
and you know they're old.
For sure.
But when a teacher's teaching a class, there's always some issues. They're always like, oh, what? Since then this, since then that. Like so many things have changed. Sometimes they need to clarify it.
200
Adapt.
known parameters necessary for a planet to support life, every single one of which must be perfectly met, or the whole thing falls apart.
And I
For
like
True.
how I like.
He is right.
Well, true. I mean, like that just shows our chaos. Like at any moment we could die.
Yeah. From anything.
From like a meteor just hitting us, like we're dead. Like.
Well, if the sun blew up.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not supposed to for a long time.
But it could happen.
It's not in its age, but for all we know, it fucking could.
Yeah.
It could just fucking decide to, like, be an early bloomer and just...
What if a meteorite bigger
Aaron,
than our sun?
Aaron, it's gonna be an early boomer. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, basically, I like how he brought up that the number of planets that could possibly have these measures met, right, has plummeted, but that would imply that he would have seen the entire universe and knows how many planets there are to begin with.
True.
That don't go with that. He's just talking about the number of planets that we knew from fucking 2006.
Yeah. Which has increased majorly.
Yeah, like we found there was one that was like exactly like Earth that we just found, and that was insane. I'm pretty sure anyway. I think one of them, there was another one that was like a myth or something. So
Without a massive gravity-rich planet like Jupiter nearby to draw away asteroids, Earth would be more like an interstellar dartboard than the verdant orb that it is.
true, it would just
Simply
fucking
put,
be destroyed.
The odds against life in the universe
And it still
are
could be.
astonishing.
We get hit by meteors
Here
all
we
the fucking
are,
time.
not
True.
That's the thing that happens. Like,
Quite often.
yeah, like so saying that like
And there was one that wiped out the dinosaurs.
yeah. Well, no, Aaron, dinosaurs aren't real.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
God's only made this earth like 10,000 years ago, right?
no, they say 6,000, not 10.
Oh,
That's
6,000.
too generous. No.
Oh, okay, I'm being nice.
So I know a lot of like our family would say 2,000. You know what I mean?
Well, that would be Jesus, though. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like the birth of Christ.
Who would say that?
I've heard people say that.
From our family?
Yeah.
Like who?
You fucking
Okay,
idiot.
well, he said
I'm just
like
gonna tell-
16,000.
I'm just gonna tell you. I was gonna
He
tell.
said like
I'm just gonna tell people their
8,000.
names and addresses.
He said like 2,000. He said like 5,000.
What are you talking about?
Inconsistent.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Well, yeah.
Not only existing, but talking about existing. What can account for it? Can every one of those many parameters have been perfectly met by accident?
Yes.
At what point is it?
Of course they could have. That could have happened, yes. Like it's like winning the lottery, sure, but like
It's getting
It still
struck by
happened.
lightning.
it still
too.
happens.
I mean,
It still happens. He's basically trying to make the argument that it's so unlikely that it didn't happen. But that's bullshit.
It did happen.
That's
though.
bullshit because
It fucking did happen.
you wouldn't be saying it's unlikely if it can't happen. You know what I mean?
It did happen.
Yeah, we have evidence
Right
to
here.
show that it did happen. We have
Yeah.
evidence to show that says that it did happen, but they're saying that evidence is wrong because it's so unlikely. But it's like we're just finding out that we're lucky. We're just finding out that we're lucky sons of bitches. How is that not possible? It totally
Pretty
is.
much.
You would call it impossible if it wasn't, but they're calling
Pretty
it
much.
unlucky. They're calling or unlikely. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Fair to admit that it is science itself that suggests that we cannot be the result of random forces. Doesn't assuming that an intelligence created these perfect conditions in fact require far less faith than believing that a life-sustaining Earth just happened to beat the inconceivable odds?
Actually, the Earth was not made to perfect conditions. We have problems all the fucking time. Like, for example, things are getting really fucking hot lately. Like, because climate
True.
change. That's not perfect. Like, fucking...
Wisdom teeth.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, that's just talking about, like, the creature design. Like, whales have secret arms inside of them that they don't use at all.
Snakes do too.
Yeah.
They have legs.
Like, that's fucking bullshit. That to say that
The
we're just...
testicle hangs outside the male. The male.
The
body.
male.
Goddamn. Well, this fucking goddamn repeat thing fucks me up.
Oh, yeah.
With my speech.
Yeah, we might change that out, but... Yeah.
Because it makes me talk slow. Fucks me up.
I'd say it's running pretty good so far, though.
Not for me.
Not for you?
No, the delay fucks my talking up really bad.
The delay?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
Like
hearing
with-
yourself?
Yeah, like really fucks me up.
We shouldn't even be hearing ourselves. I don't know why we are.
I don't know.
But it's... I mean, I don't know.
It's distracting.
You're distracting.
Fuck.
But wait, there's more.
Just ignore it,
The
bitch.
fine-tuning necessary for life to exist on a planet is nothing compared with the fine-tuning required for the universe to exist at all. For example, astrophysicists now know that the values of the four fundamental forces, gravity, the electromagnetic force, and the strong and weak nuclear forces, were determined less than 1/1,000,000th of a second after the Big Bang. Alter any one of these
So they're
four
trying
values
to talk
ever
about
so
Big
slightly,
Bang, but now they're trying to talk about God. Like they're trying to use that science to defeat the science that shows that we're not from a fucking God.
and the universe as we know it could not exist. For instance, if the ratio between the strong nuclear force and the electromagnetic force had been off by the tiniest fraction of the tiniest inconceivable fraction, then no stars could have formed at all. Multiply that single...
See, a lot of these people though, when they do these videos, the evidence they use, they'll like take it and use it in a way that's not even supposed to. You know, like
Yeah.
say like, this could happen if these two parameters came to play, and then they're like, oh shit, like, fucking, that's so unlikely. So now, that means God made it all, because that's even more
all
likely.
the other necessary conditions, the odds against the universe existing
One's
are so
impossible,
hard to stop
and we've never seen anything like it. One is everything around it shows it provides more proof for that
It
very
would be
thing.
like tossing a coin and having it come up heads 10 quintillion times in a row.
Yes, but that could
I don't
happen.
think
Yes, actually, yes, I do think so, because like the practices they always have you do in fucking high school when you're doing like the basic math, like everybody flip a penny 10 times. You know, they're trying to show you like probability with penny. And sometimes people will get like heads 20 times and then like tails 5 times. Even though it's supposed to be 50-50, sometimes someone will have like a fucked up flipping, like because it happens. It can't
There have been
happen.
people that have hit jackpots multiple times.
Yeah.
Even though it's very unlikely. I mean,
Like, dude, I've gotten. I remember when I was playing like poker with you guys. Remember, I got like the rarest hand in the game, and I looked up the chances for it, and it was like it was like insane. But I got it when we were playing poker, and you guys taught me how to play poker. So it's like that's horribly like hard to get, but I still did it. Doesn't mean that it's impossible.
Fred Hoyle.
same with winning the lottery.
Yeah, and same with like shouldn't the place that our complex ass came from be super fucking like insane, like the odds of it, like it's
the astronomer
insane.
who coined the term Big Bang.
Otherwise
said
we'd
that
see
this
aliens.
atheism
If it wasn't a rare chance, wouldn't we see aliens everywhere? Like fuck.
greatly shaken by these developments.
I think that's bullshit, but I mean, like, even if it's one
has
person.
said that the appearance of design is
Overwhelmingly, scientists believe these theories over God.
overwhelming. Even the late Christopher Hitchens, one of atheism's most aggressive proponents, conceded that without question the fine-tuning argument was the most powerful argument of the other side. Oxford University professor
I wonder when that
Dr.
was.
John Lennox has said, the more we get to know about our universe, the more the hypothesis that there is a creator gains in credibility as the best explanation of why we are here.
I understand what, or
Miracle of all time is the universe.
how
It is
this-
the miracle of all miracles, one that inescapably points to something or someone beyond itself. I'm Eric Metaxas for Prager University.
that last statement was
Join
nonsense,
Prager
though. I don't know what the fuck.
University. Click here to subscribe to
When they
our
want to get
content.
quotes, they should make it sweet and easy, not like a fucking like paragraph. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking bullshit.
There are almost no issues where I don't understand both sides. Taxation, the size of government, abortion, socialism,
Oh, shit. This is like-
capitalism. As strongly as I feel about any issue, I understand the opposition. But there is an
Oh,
exception,
this is the death
the
penalty.
death penalty for murder.
I thought this would be perfect.
Here, the gulf
we
is
talked about this.
unbridgeable between those of us who believe that some murderers, and I emphasize some murderers, should be put to death, and those who believe that no murderer should ever be put to death. Take this example. On the afternoon of July 23, 2007, in the town of Cheshire, Connecticut, two men broke into the home of Dr. William Pettit, his wife Jennifer, and his two daughters. The men beat Dr. Pettit nearly to death with a baseball bat. One of the men raped the doctor's wife, and the other man sexually assaulted their 11-year-old daughter, Michaela. The two men then strangled Mrs. Pettit to death, tied down the two daughters on beds, doused them with gasoline, and while the girls were still alive, set the house on fire. Dr. Pettit survived, but his wife and daughters did not. Those opposed to capital
So they're
punishment
just like-
believe that these two men have a right to keep their...
So they just like, you know, they're using this like dramatic ass story to guilt trip you. I don't know if you agree with that though, because I know that you're for the death penalty, right?
Yeah, I'm very for the death penalty.
So what do you think of what he said? Like about the story?
Like, I agree. Those sons of bitches should fry. Oh! You know my
So,
place.
is there anything
You know
a
my
person can do
stance.
to deserve the death penalty?
I
To
agree.
those opposed to
They
capital
should fry.
punishment, the answer
Hold on.
is no. In fact, many opponents of capital punishment believe that killing murderers is the same as murder. You heard me right.
I feel as though that's true.
I disagree, though. I mean, to some extent, I feel like it discourages the behavior of people that might want to do that. And if you're willing to take someone's life, then why should you complain, well, when someone takes your life? That doesn't
Well,
really make sense.
For one, I like how they. I mean, I don't know if
Like,
you.
especially in their case, like, maybe it should be case by case, but, like, basically they raped 3 women, or 2 women, and burnt
No, it was
3
the-
people alive.
Well, yeah.
2 women, and burnt 3 people alive,
Yeah.
and beat the shit out of the husband,
Yeah.
and he probably had to watch a lot of that, and then he burnt down their fucking house.
Yeah.
That he probably
But-
worked his ass off for.
Understand that Juno, and I was reading this the other day because I was looking into the topic, but apparently most prisoners would rather take the penalty over life in prison. Like they appeal for the death penalty. So these guys, that's what they want. But if you put them in a prison where they'll be like raped and tortured, or kept in solitary like confinement to fuck with their heads, like they're not gonna want to be there, especially in America.
I mean, not what- from what I've heard. I've
That-
heard murderers have it pretty good in prison for the most part.
Not
They're
if
left
that-
alone.
Not if we give.
Sexual predators, they're usually like raped and shit.
I feel like that's like what you're thinking of is like the manslaughter. I mean, like the actual murders that they like keep away from everybody else, like the guys that are way too dangerous. Like those dudes, I don't think they'd be allowed with other prisoners.
No, like
That sounds psychopathic.
They'd be in max.
Yeah,
They'd be in general population still, as long as they were behaving themselves. That you'd only get locked in solitary. You'd only get locked in solitary confinement if you misbehave.
They don't let
Like, if
Hannibal
you
Lecter
spit on
hang
the
out with
guards.
people.
Yeah, because he spit on guards and bit people and shit. Do you know what he did on fucking... Well, for one, it's a movie.
Yeah.
But for two...
A story.
He fucking bit a nurse's face off when she was, like, feeding him or some shit.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I mean,
he's a very dangerous man. He was
Okay,
locked up for a reason.
sure, but before all that...
And yes, there are prisoners that are locked 23 hours a day on lockdown. But those
before
are
that-
the ones that are known to be violent.
Before that, he was kept... First of all, he was given a mask, and he was kept away from people, even before, like, just the crimes he committed on the outside when he was locked up. Just because of how fucked up they were, he was kept away from other people. Because
And
he would fucking eat them.
Sexual predators are known to try to kill themselves or do something really bad to get themselves in trouble just to go to solitary confinement so they don't get raped or killed.
Well,
It's known to happen.
yeah, but solitary confinement is also unwanted. If
Depends on the person.
It's unwanted as long as you can, like, I guess in that situation they might have to and they deal.
Like, I'd
But
survive.
dude, solitary confinement's
I'd
like
love
fucked
it.
up. No, it's fucked
That'd
up.
be my heaven.
You would not love it. There's
I
so
would
many.
love it.
There's so much evidence to say how much it fucks you up, like permanently.
I would love it.
It gives you permanent damage.
It would bother me.
Like it gives you psychological fucked up.
It would bother me.
It would fuck you up. Okay, but
I'm
you say
such
that,
a
you say that
hermit.
You say that McCain or Manor or whatever. Fuck you say that would be a good idea too.
I'm such a hermit, though.
Or is it McCamey Manor or whatever?
Like, I would love that.
So, I don't know. It's fucked up.
Go
Well,
on LLC there.
I don't know. Like I don't know if like because I feel like that's just my argument for them not wanting it. I feel like they'd rather take the death penalty to get it just to like. Well, there's evidence to say that too because most of them appeal for the death penalty.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, so it's like, and also it costs more. There's more court costs for murder or for capital punishment, and it also costs more for like the methods that we use. Like we don't use a bullet and a gun.
We probably should.
Well, yeah, but like
That'd be the safer method.
Would we
compared
ever get
the
to that
chemicals.
point? You know how hard it would be to get to that point. So it's like
Dude, we
it's
might as
wasting
well-
a fuck ton of money.
Why don't we just go back to hanging the fuckers? I mean, I'd be chill with that.
I mean, I don't know. Well,
I
not
get to watch
watching them,
them
not
wiggle.
public hangings or anything.
Dude, I love to watch them wiggle.
You know how fucked up that they used to like have their little boys and girls go watch that. Like, okay, come learn about life.
Yeah, I'd love to watch them wiggle.
Come learn about
Come
life.
on, little Sally. Let's learn about death
No,
today.
I don't want to learn. I don't want that to
This
be my.
is what
childhood.
happens if you steal an Appleton.
Yeah, like have your hand cut off. Like, ah!
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that'd be awesome. We should do that. I like that time. Let's go back to that.
Most
Sound like
opponents
Andrew.
equate the murder of an innocent family with putting the murderers of that family to death. Opponents of
Especially
capital
these
punishment
guys.
also
I mean,
argue
why
that
not?
What, those
keeping
guys in the
all murderers
case?
alive
Oh, yeah.
sanctifies the
I don't know,
value
I
of
just,
freedom
Like,
of
it's pretty fucked up to do to
But the
someone.
opposite is
Like,
true.
if I was
Yeah.
the father, I empathize with the father on that entirely. I'm sorry. I can't help but do that.
No, well, no, cause like,
Because, like,
would
fuck
you?
them.
Well, yeah, but if I was the father, I mean, like, I can't say what I would do because I'm not in that situation. But I feel like sensibly, if I had the chance to kill them, I probably would freak out and do it, But like, I feel like overall, it'd probably be more satisfying to know they're like living a torturous life than just having an easy way out. Because death to me is just like you literally don't have to worry about anything anymore because you don't exist.
Yeah, but I don't think they should exist because they killed 3 people and made them not exist.
And well,
And that's and to me,
okay.
the life we have is very precious
Here,
because of that.
Tell me this:
Simply because we only live for a certain amount of time,
okay.
I feel as if you steal that from someone, and that's worse than stealing. That's the only thing you can steal.
Tell me why after every shooting, like we have never gotten in the mind of shooting shooters, like the guys that shoot people, like on these mass shootings, because every fucking time they kill themselves. Why do you think they do that? Like they before they get captured usually, like when they're on the run and they're like there was this one that they ran to a Walmart just to blow their brains out in enough time.
Because
it's because they don't.
They were
want,
already planning to kill themselves as it was.
Well, because
they wanted
don't
to take out. They wanted to take out. Well, okay, yes, but they wanted to take out as many people as possible. I'm one of those people that you couldn't really stop.
Like that's dangerous. You can survive a gunshot wound
Because
like
of
this
that.
when you shoot yourself like this.
Yes.
You can survive. It's horrible. They can bring you. They can still. You can live from that. You cannot just survive for a little longer. They can bring you back. Imagine being brought back after that, Aaron.
Depends where though.
Where you're shot. I feel like just being shot through the face would totally fuck you up.
No, I mean, like you could still die immediately.
No, you can. I think it's more likely that you will, but I'm saying there's chances where like the bullet didn't hit something vital, because you can live through having
happened.
Like there's a guy that he's in famous in psychology. He like lived through having the pole shoved through his head.
Yeah.
The middle of his head. Yeah, he lived without the middle part of his brain or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so like, or is it
It
the
can
frontal
happen.
lobe?
It's
But
just unlikely.
yeah, like a big chunk of brain got knocked out, and he just lost like emotions or something like that. He lost the ability to express emotion or something.
But
Either way, I just believe because of just because they'd probably rather be killed, that we should keep them alive. It saves money, and I just feel like it weakens the precedent that killing's bad. So
I feel like we should wrap this up.
we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start. Okay, this was the first episode of the Stonah Nerds podcast, and we're awesome. If you want to help donate to get better equipment, there's a link in the description. We're $10 in. The price there is $282.10. That's what I calculated exactly on Amazon after tax for all that stuff. The 3 Snowball microphones. That's what I use. So yeah.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later, bitch.